Alright, welcome back to Battle for Zendikar box number 2. And we're just going to get right to it, and I'm just going to rip it open off camera because it's easier, and I have no nails. So there we go. It's yours, mine. Alright. And as earlier, skipping right to the rare and the foil. Looking for those sexy expedition lands, and I'll be doing a recap at the end. So if you're just interested in the hits, I'll do a full recap, not just the good rares, but every single rare, even the crap one. So Gold Grass Overseer, we will be seeing you again at the recap. There's a standard island going on, or well, full on island, but they're standard for this set. So there we go. Then we got a foil Lantern Scout, so foil rare in the second booster. And the rare is a Scatter to the Winds. Once again, as I said earlier in the first video, I do apologize for the poor lighting. I am actually outside because there's so much noise on the inside. There's a Skyline Cascade, which is a common, and the rare is an Orange Reef Hydra, which smells like an uncommon. But there's so much noise inside my house at the moment that there's just no way I can record in there. So I'm sitting outside, and I'm having my Blighted Gorge with me. And we got a good old Canopy Vista. And I'm actually just using my cell phone as my light source at the moment. And it's running quite low on battery, so hopefully we'll get there. Alright, then we have a Munda Ambush Leader, another ally guy, and let's see what we got in this one. We got a Conduit of Ruin, which is essentially pointless. But he's an Eldrazi, so you know. Then we got an Akoum Firebird. It's a $4 mythic. Kind of do like it, but it's never anything really, so not that interesting. And we got a Smoldering Marsh. Smoldering Marsh. But also Smoldering Gurgle. Gurgle. Then we have a Noyandar Royal Shaper Merfolk dude. I doubt he'll see any play anywhere. But, yeah, everything's possible. We got Forced. And an Unnatural Aggression, which is a common. And the rare is a Blight Herder. There we go. So not super interesting, this box so far. Lackluster mythic. Undergrowth Champion though. That guy got game. We do like that one. So there's that. There's the first real solid card of the box. I was gonna say though, 1/3 in, and we got pretty much just shit so far. Wasn't really looking all that great. Pot the Water Whale. Yes, very nice. It's a commander card. Not much else to say, I think. I mean, it's probably bumped to Mythic for limited reasons, but it doesn't really smell Mythic at all. I know extra turns is, you know, oh, so forbidden. Then we got an Adverse Conditions. And we got a Conduit of Ruin. Again, I believe I've opened 4 and 2 boxes of those guys. And they're just terrible. So, what the F? And Lumbering Falls. And Forced. Kind of want some more basic foil lands. Also want more Expedition lands since I haven't gotten any yet. So, there's that. Painful Truths. Some people say this card is good. Some people say it's not that great. I think I belong in the second category of people saying, doesn't seem that good. We'll see. I've been wrong before. Then we have Dragon Master's Outcast, or Dragon Master Outcast, another pointless mythic. The effect is pretty good, but you know, you have to protect the 1/1. So, Sunken Hollow. I'd rather have those, honestly, than the Dragon Master Outcast. But there's, you know, I mean, you're not making money off boosters, so I mean, you're breaking them. If you're breaking them, you're breaking them either because you have fun, which I do, and a Wasteland Strangler. A card that I believe is a little under the radar. Kind of like the Hangerback Walker, at least for the first 10 days or so. I really do think that the Wasteland Strangler will do stuff, but I guess we'll see. Then I have a Sanctum of Ugin, which is crap. But yeah, I mean, you don't open boosters and expect to make money. Like that wouldn't make any sense. You open your boosters because you know you either enjoy it or maybe you need the card and a card from the set and you Up Nixilis, very nice. Another one of my favorites. Really good card, if you ask me, and you did. Oh well, you didn't, but you know I dictated that you did, so I answered. Anyway, moving on. But this set I feel is really fun to open. Not so much because of the expeditions. I mean, the expeditions are a nice bonus. Serpentine Spike, which I don't think we'll ever see any form of constructed play ever. But I mean, this set has a lot of you know, bulk and low dollar rares, and I feel like a lot of these cards are actually, I mean, underappreciated at the moment, so there's a good chance to pick some of those up. And there's also an Undo Greathorn. There's also cards that I really believe is, I mean, Bring to Light at $7. I mean, that screams speculation hype to me. But I'm gonna say it's a good card. I'm not dissing it in any shape or form. But for that card really just to take off like that, it doesn't have any standard application as far as I know at the moment. It might be broken in Modern, but that should make it spike even higher, in my book at least. So, Emiria Shepherd. This feels like someone I think maybe bought up some, or you know, some of the retailers jacked up the prices on it. But there's a good array of cards. Ooh, Gideon, nice box. I mean, but the first third of the box was terrible. But yeah, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of good cards in here that will be seeing, as I also said in the first video, will be dictating, you know, standard for the foreseeable future. Akum Hellkite won't be one of them, and that's why it's really an interesting set to me, and I don't mind opening it, even though that if you looked at maybe cons, or if you looked at even all the way back to Pharaohs, that if you open a box of this, you'll be losing more money. Fall Forest, that we do like. And the rare, if I can find it, is a From Beyond, a card that I, again, personally do like. I mean, this time around, like with Pharaohs, you could hit. There were some solid hits in Pharaohs. Like if you bought a box, there were so many good rares at money that you could, you know, if you opened just decently, you could make your money's worth on just, you know, some of the rares alone. And I mean, while this is still somewhat the case, to find Bloodlord, you really need to open like 3 Gideons or anything, like, you know, to that effect to get there. But I want to say that this set, I mean, I think the rares are a little harder to read in terms of what they'll do to the format. It's got to the wins. And it's also a format where, you know, a lot of old stuff rotated out. So the first parlor was quite high with, you know, with the 4 Cs, and you had the there's a lot of board wipes and Wooded Foothills, baby. Boom bang zoom. Q Penny Sleeves. Alright, hang on. Alright, so this is a word of advice, and this is actually from a very good friend of mine that spotted it quite early on. These lands, these are the so-called expedition lands, and that's a penny sleeve. And while these lands are worth quite a bit right now, they're probably going to drop in the next few days. So if you open these and you don't need them, you can always trade them now. But I think if you don't really need maybe the excess cards, then I would probably hold on to it for a bit and give it maybe, if you can, 6 months, and then they'll start going up again. But right now, because everybody's opening product, me included, they'll be dropping, and then you won't be getting as much value out of them as you normally would. But also, you want to put these cards in a penny sleeve. And you might ask why, but it's because on the very edge of the card, they get damaged really easily, and if you put them in a perfect fit sleeve, it will only be like if you sleeve it and unsleeve it like just a few times, you will actually wear off the edges. And this is not a. Where's my goddamn penny sleeves? Let's see. This should be a penny sleeve. I think. Yeah, there we go. And that's if the card is not in pristine condition, it obviously fetches less money. So fetches less money, huh? You get it. Anyway, it's an awesome card. This card is worth, I guess, maybe a couple $100. I actually don't know, but definitely a card that saves. If you buy a booster box and you get one of those, then it pretty much just paid $40. Anyway, moving on. I was actually doing good on time too, and then I got sidetracked. So, and Zendikar. Oh, forgive me. Where did I put the stack? There's also a rare in the in the box with the expedition land. So let's just get that out there. Drown of Hope, which is a solid rare again in my book. So. But yeah, that's pretty nifty. Very happy to have opened a good expedition. As I said in my first video, and I'll probably be repeating myself a little bit, so sorry if you're watching all 6 of these things when they come out. I split a case with a good buddy of mine who's not at all interested in the Guldrass Overseer, and neither am I. Anyway, he's not really interested in foils, so we kind of made a deal that I would be getting the expedition lands, and then, whatever value the expedition land had, he'll be getting, the good shit out of the box. And he kind of wanted the... Oh, first stream. Pretty good. He kind of wanted, the Gideons and the Dranas and the Obnixilis and all that stuff. And he's a relatively new player and a good friend of mine. So it was really a good deal. Though, in the case, we only got 1 expedition land, which turned out to be... There's also a swamp. Holy shit. This box is pretty cool. I'm excited about the fall basics. I'm sorry. And there's a Ruinous Path. It's also a pretty good card. But it turned out that we only got 1 expedition land, and the land was a Canopy Vista. And I mean, it's an expedition land. I would have been sadder, obviously, if there hadn't been an expedition land in the pack, or in the case. Excuse me. But there was one, but it was the not so valuable one. So that kind of sucked because it was only $50. So, yeah. But he was excited about non-foil extended out lands, so I kind of just gave him all of those. So, made a deal out of it. Anyway, that was the last booster, so we're already at the recap point. And let's see. Alright. We have a Lantern Scout. Ruinous Path, good card. Prayer Stream, good card. We have a Guldrass Overseer, not good card. Ground of Hope, I like it. Zendikar, good card. Scouts of Winds, I like it. Defiant Bloodlord, not good card. Hero of Gomofala, not good. From Beyond, a card that I personally like. Akum Hellkite, nobody likes it. Gideon, ally of Zendikar, good card. Emir Shepherd, March from the Tombs, and this one, a card that I like. Serpentine Spike, Obnixilis, good card. Sanctum of Ugin, Wasteland Strangler. Then we have a Sunken Hollow, Dragonmaster Outcast, Painful Truth, Lumbering Falls, Conduit of Ruin, Part the Water Whale, Undergrowth Champ, Blightherder, Newandar, Smoldering Marsh, Akoum Firebird, Conduit of Ruin, Munda Ambush Leader, Canopy Vista, Oran Reef Hydra, Scout to the Winds, Lantern Scout, and a Wildrass Overseer, and the pinnacle of perfection, Wooded Foothills. Shit's real. We also got 2 foil basic lands. I believe it was a swamp and a forest. So, pretty nice. Stay tuned. I'll be doing another video, and it will be coming to you right in your face in a minute. Cheers.